but not least, one trend and true brand is making a big comeback as consumers tighten their wallets. And here it is, Hamburger Helper. The mix of mac and cheese and ground beef is seeing a surge in sales.
While the corporate simps on Fox News might be trying to disguise this as a win for the big noodle industry, an increase in Hamburger Helper sales is actually somewhat of an informal economic indicator, particularly for the financial health of lower and middle income households. When families feel economic pressure by rising costs, they often cut back on discretionary spending and look for ways to make groceries go further in what's called stretchable meals. This correlation is based on economic theory and so-called inferior goods, which doesn't necessarily mean that a product is of poor quality or bad. An inferior good, like Hamburger Helper, describes a product whose demand drops as people's incomes rise, and whose demand increases as people's disposable income decreases. Other grocery store examples of inferior goods are non-perishables like canned meats, canned soup, ramen noodles, and store-brand cereals and condiments. This isn't a new phenomenon either. Sales of Hamburger Helper and other budget-friendly meals have historically increased right before and during recessions, like the economic hardships of the 1970s when Hamburger Helper was invented, the 2008 financial crisis, and more recently during the 2020 lockdowns. Even if people don't know it yet, families are beginning to feel the pressure of high inflation and the potential economic instability brought on by Trump's tariff policies. With Donald Trump starting construction on his billionaire bribe-funded ballroom and sending billions of our taxpayer dollars to help Argentina, it sure feels like he's saying, let them eat noodles.
Asla!